Hello, Cherries and all football fans. Another match preview coming your way as Afc Bournemouth hop back on the road to take on Birmingham at St Andrews in the Championship on Wednesday. If you're new to this channel, please help us in our continuous growth and hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. And to make a happy cherry, also give us a like. Hello everyone, and I'm sure you're still buzzing from the weekend, but it is game week 3 as Afc Bournemouth take on Birmingham at St Andrews. Both teams in the top 10, both teams unbeaten with 4 points. Afc Bournemouth got the result at the weekend in Nottingham with goals from Brooks and Billing. There was a low point though, with Brooks seeing red and Hill missed this fixture. Soon we'll put a Cherries fan in the hot seat to take on the 5-minute match preview, and we'll also get an opposition perspective from Brummie Joe. Your stat for this fixture though is Afc Bournemouth have won the last 5 league games against Birmingham, scoring 22 goals, and we haven't lost at St Andrews in at least the last 30 years. Jon Spark is waiting backstage. He's going to take on the 5-minute match preview.
Are you ready, John?
Yep, ready to take on the challenge.
What did you make of both teams' previous results?
Well, Bournemouth obviously got a great result on the weekend. I was there. It was fantastic atmosphere, brilliant to be back on the road again and having fans celebrating a 2-1 victory despite going down to 10 men. But you can check out our review on the channel for more details on that one. But for Birmingham, they drew 0-0 with Stoke. Interesting game that, for a tactical perspective at least, in that it was actually Birmingham that seemed to be the one that was a bit more on the front foot, and Stoke just trying not to make any mistakes. And after they won their first game 3-2, it's interesting how negative they were. Hopefully in our next game we'll be able to take advantage of any mistakes that Birmingham make. But so far, they've scored 1, conceded none, and got 4 points. They're doing pretty well at the moment.
How will Bournemouth approach this game?
So I don't think there'll be any difference really approaching this game to how they've done on previous 2 games. They'll be the same 4-3-3, the same attacking coming from the number 8s and the switches of play, hopefully a little bit more frequently this game to Brooks and Anthony on the wings. Will be a little bit difficult if we don't get a right back in to replace Smith, who was unavailable in the last game. But I don't see very much change at all from Bournemouth. Will be the ones that will be required to break down a stubborn defence. And whilst we're able to do that against Nottingham Forest, they conceded 2 against Coventry as well. Whereas Birmingham, have been a lot more stubborn defensively. And going up against a back 3 is a different challenge. So, we'll see how we do.
What threat do the opposition hold?
So the main threat of Birmingham is obviously Jukovic up front as probably one of the best target mans in the division, if not the best. And when you look at the goal they scored against Sheffield United, that was one wing back to the other. So they've got threats coming down the wing with the wing back system and defensively solid. And then when you've got a player like Jukovic up front that you can just put the ball into from pretty much anywhere and he'll probably win that, and has a decent chance of sticking in the back of the net, it's going to be very difficult, considering especially that we've got a defence that so far has shown vulnerability 2 balls into the box. So this game may well be quite high scoring, might not be, but we'll see what happens in the match. But I'm confident we'll do well, but I am a little bit worried that Birmingham are going to do quite a bit of damage from not only set pieces but just crosses from open play.
Which Bournemouth players will be key in this game?
It's difficult to pick out which attacking players aren't key for Bournemouth at the moment, the way that they're dovetailing and the way they're interacting at the moment. Kilkenny seems to be the the starting point for basically every attack. You've got Marcondes and Billing doing fantastic jobs getting up and down the half spaces to press and to do damage in the box when they can. And without Brooks, it's going to be interesting on the right, but Anthony is certainly showing how important he is to the team with 2 assists from 2 games. And then Solanke hasn't scored yet, but he provided the assist for the first goal in the game against Forest, and does so much more for the team than simply putting the ball in the back of the net. So attacking wise, we've got a great mix going on at the moment. And then defensively, it's going to be interesting who comes in a right back, if there are any changes at all, and whether and sort of what tactical changes that Parker's going to have to make to try and stop Birmingham as much as possible from getting those crosses in, which is going to be vital. Zamora's got to get tighter to his man to stop crosses. Similarly on the right, whoever that is has got to get much tighter to his man to stop those crosses. But it may well be that actually the left and right wingers are going to have to track the opposition wing backs, and that might be the most important thing in the match.
What's your Bournemouth predicted lineup?
So I don't think there's going to be any changes apart from the enforced ones for the most part. It's obviously going to be Travers in goal. Going from left to right in the back 4 is going to be Zamora, then Kelly. And then the interesting part, I'm going to say that it's Mepham at right centre-back with Stacey coming back at right back. This is probably going to be maybe him coming back a little bit early, but hopefully he'll be fit enough to start this game. In the midfield, you've obviously got Kilkenny in the number 6 with Billing and Marcondes. That's not going to change. On the left, I very much hope that he keeps Anthony on the left-hand side and doesn't switch him to the right. And for the person that comes in on the right, I'm going to go with Junior Stanislas. The news is that he's probably just about ready to come back relatively soon. Fingers crossed, because I'm really not sure who else is going to be there other than maybe Carl Taylor, and that would be a hell of a trial by fire for him to be dropped in. And then obviously up front you've got Dominic Solanke, and that's not going to change.
What's your score prediction?
Well, this is a difficult one, knowing how much damage that Birmingham can do, but at the same time, how good we've been up front. I'm really confident that we can still get a win. And with our record at St Andrews, there's no reason why we couldn't. But I'm going to go with quite a high-scoring game, and I'm going to say I think we're going to get a 3-2 victory.
That was Cherries Red Army's very own Jon Spark. You need to follow him on Twitter. He had a tweet that went viral after the Forest game. There's a reason for that. It's because he knows what he's talking about. Follow Jon at AFCB Jon Spark. You'll definitely not regret it. Birmingham then under Lee Bowyer. In the 13 games he's managed since taking over at the end of last season, he's won 7 matches, drawn 3, lost 3. They look more compact and harder to beat. But we do like a fixture at St Andrews. But how are the Birmingham fans feeling? We've got an opposition perspective now coming from Brummie Joe.
Right, mate, it's Brummie Joe here, just giving my thoughts quickly on the Bournemouth game coming up. Yeah, I mean, looking at Blue's start to the season, I think we've been really solid. We've not conceded a goal yet, even with we're using our sort of backup keeper. Our defence has looked really solid, and I think Lee Bowyer's just set up to make us very hard to beat. We don't create a lot of chances, but I think for Bournemouth coming to St Andrews, it's going to be a difficult one. I can see it being a bit of a difficult one. I am concerned though, because you're a strong side. I wasn't too worried about Sheffield United. I was a little bit, but with Bournemouth, I think you can break us down, and it only takes one goal. And my worry is that if you do score that goal, we're not going to be able to sort of match it and get one back. But I do think it will be a tough game. You've had a good start to the season as well. Draw against Baggies, beating Forest, and I think it's going to be just start getting the ball rolling for you lot. I think, like I say, our main problem is we really struggle to score goals, but we do have threats up front. Scotty Hogan, he is a confidence player. He's not quite done it yet. He missed an absolute sitter against Sheffield United in the first game. And again, I just think he needs a goal. Don't know if this is going to be the time for him. But a threat for us is always going to be Djukovic, Big Duke up front, you know. And we're going to play scrappy football. We're going to play long balls. We're going to play long throw-ins into the box and just try and get at you. Try and get it on Duke's head. So if you can deal with him, then you should be okay. I think Bowie was saying, you know, we played Stoke we had a 0-0 draw. They're a really tough side as well, I think. But you know, we did create some chances. Like I say, we're not exactly the most clinical team in the world. I do think we're a threat, so gonna have to see. Personally, of course, I'd take a draw. I want our season to continue sort of unbeaten and get the ball rolling a little bit as we go into the game against Luton. But, you know, we sort of tend to play better against the good sides in this league. So I do think we'll give you a really good game. And if I was to call it, I feel like it'd probably be a 1-0 either way. So I would probably give that to you, in all honesty. And I'd say at the start of our season, we beat Sheffield United, we draw against Stoke, we lose to you, and then we go and beat Luton. I think that's an ideal start. Obviously, I don't want us to lose, but yeah, I think games like this, it's a bit of a free hit for us. We will definitely give it our all, though. So I think it will be an interesting game. Sheffield United fans weren't happy with the way that we played football, so I feel like you might be the same. But I do think there's a bit more chance of you being able to break us down. So we're going to have to see. Yeah, so I'll probably go 1-0 Bournemouth, to be honest. But good luck for the rest of the season anyway, and let's see what happens.
Thank you to Brummie Joe for his perspective. And what do you think on both Jon Spark's 5-minute match preview and Brummie Joe? Looks like Birmingham might make it hard for us to beat them. He doesn't expect them to score a lot of goals, but then Jon does expect goals. So it's a very two different opinions, but we want to know what you think in the comments. We also want to get your score prediction and your predicted lineups. Did you agree with AFC Bournemouth's lineup that Jon chose? Please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, give us a like. We are going to have content coming your way for Birmingham, so hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Stay in contact with us on Twitter as well, at Cherries Red Army. That's your match preview then. I'm going for a 2-0 Cherries win. I went for a clean sheet last time. I'm going for a clean sheet this time. Look after yourselves. We'll see you on the next video for Birmingham. Up the Cherries.